The webpage is titled "The 50 Most Iconic Brand Logos of All Time." A fascinating stroll down memory lane. The article actually takes a look at each of those 50 logos over the years, from AT&T to Apple, from Ford to Starbucks. Each of the logos go through a series of transformations over the years. From black and white to color, shifts in font, shifts in central image, each logo regularly updated to make it more compatible with modern sensibilities. It's all about branding, about marketing, and it works. Increasingly, no words are even necessary. If you were to see a swoosh, you immediately think of Mickey. A multicolored peacock brings to mind a set of golden arches. We could go on and on and on. No words necessary. We started thinking about Christianity. Our central, most visible, enduring, iconic logo is the cross. No words necessary. And yet, as a marketing image, its merits are dubious. No matter how we shine it up in gold or silver, no matter how we adorn it with ribbons during Lent and lilies on Easter, it remains a symbol of death, of failure, of shame and defeat. Not an identity that is easy to sell. Certainly not appealing to the masses. We have an image problem. Our brand identity is difficult, so much so that numbers of modern churches have removed crosses from their sanctuaries. They are too off-putting, too macabre. We need happy, upbeat. Surely, somewhere in the good book, there is an image more compatible with modern sensibilities. Jesus does us no favor with the perplexing image that he offers us in this morning's text. He is on his way to Jerusalem, teaching and healing. As he moves through village and town, some Pharisees, so often the bad guys in the story, bring word that Jesus had better be on his way because Herod was out to kill him. Strangely, Jesus seems almost nonchalant about this clear threat to his life. He gives the messengers a word to take back to Herod. It is as if he walks through a calendar in his mind. Let's see, I have a few demons to cast out today, some sick people that I need to cure tomorrow. It will take me another day to deal with the leftovers from feeding the 5,000. I can make it to Jerusalem on Thursday. Tell that fox Herod that I penciled him in next Thursday in Jerusalem, because we all know that Jerusalem is the place that prophets go to be killed. And then Jesus turns reflective. This passage is often referred to as his lament over Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones the messengers. There is tenderness in Jesus' lament, deep sorrow, words that flow from a broken heart. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how often I have longed to gather your children together. Jesus speaks as if looking back over Jerusalem's lengthy history. He remembers with sorrow the prophets, the messengers who lost their lives, bringing good news of a God who loves them, who challenges them to step beyond their comfort zone to welcome the stranger, to look after the poor. I love that, as Professor Dale Bruner puts it, time after time, Jerusalem rejects in favor of the fox. Jesus' next words are perplexing. They are tender, they are simple, they are easy to slip right over. Their shock value is easily missed. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, how often I have longed to gather your children together as a mother hen gathers her chicks under her wings. Jesus likens himself, likens God to a mother hen. to a chicken. Not an image that instills confidence so that when a fox comes lurking around the chicken coop or an eagle is circling over the barnyard, these are predator and prey images, fox and hen. Perhaps Jesus would have been better served to pull out the Lion of Judah card. But it is chicken Jesus chooses. And a hen at that, not even a rooster. All over Europe, roosters adorn churches. In Catholicism, the rooster stands as a sign of resurrection. In the Protestant church, as a symbol of the new day of the Reformation, there is not a hen in sight. I checked this week, there's not a single hen in any of our stained glass windows. I get to see even a little hen that could be hung on a golden necklace to put around our neck. The image of God as mother hen has not, for some odd reason, ever caught on. My hunch is that it speaks too much of humility, of vulnerability, and not enough of power and control. Nothing fierce, no swagger, no bluster, no cockiness. A rooster, at least, can defend himself with a vicious beak and spikes on the back of its feet and claws on the front. Roosters are not to be trifled with. But a hen? They've no real means of defense against the likes of a prowling fox or a circling eagle. I like the way that Barbara Brown Taylor puts it. She writes, Jesus likened himself to a brooding hen, whose chief purpose in life is to protect her young, with nothing much in the way of a beak and nothing at all in the way of talons. About all she can do is fluff herself up and sit on her chicks. She can also put herself between them and the fox, as ill-equipped as she is. At the very least, she can hope that she satisfies the fox's appetite so that he leaves her babies alone. Jesus, the mother hen. How I long to gather you under my wings. It is an image of divine love. Jesus, who was on his way to Jerusalem to meet up with the fox. Jesus on his way to the cross, not with the power of armies or political clout or the privilege of wealth, but instead as a mother hen, wielding only the strange power of love. It was one of my favorite Sunday school stories as a child. More often than not, my mother ended up being my Sunday school teacher, and I was always glad when she pulled out the story of the little red hen. A simple story. More than any other, it helped me understand the love and grace of God in Jesus Christ. It is not the famous story of the little red hen trying to enlist help in baking bread, but the questionable moral that if you don't help bake the bread, you starve. A moral much more closely aligned with the way of the world than it is with Christianity's ways of hospitality and grace. This other little red hen is lesser known. She lived years ago with her chicks on a big farm out in the prairie. One hot summer day, the little red hen sensed danger coming. The danger she sensed this time was neither a fox nor an eagle, but rather a prairie fire. She called and she cried for her chicks to come, and they gathered around her right away. She could now hear the crackling of flames off in the distance, a hint of smoke in the air. And within minutes, the raging prairie fire raced through the farm, destroying the barn and the fences and everything in its path. The fire died down. The distraught farmer went out to survey the damage. He came upon the little red hen lying near the chicken coop. Her feathers were charred, her body limp. It was an awful moment. With his boot, the farmer sadly nudged aside the hen's lifeless body, and out from under her scurried her 5 little chicks. It is what mother hens do. It is what Jesus did. It is Jesus' story. God's story. Jesus is heading to Jerusalem for one powerful, profound reason alone, and that is to announce again God's love, the depths of God's love. God's love not only in words, but in action. And Mother Hen, Jesus still says, how I long to gather you under my wings. It's a story of self-giving love. The story of the cross. Still, as marketing images go, there is little to commend the strategies of God to modern sensibilities. Comb the scriptures for images of our faith, and you will find nothing flashy, nothing hard-charging, no hints of power and privilege, no guarantees of wealth or fame or a skinnier you. Instead, you find 1,000 different ways God says to the world, to you and to me, I love you. A manger, a woman with a broom, a shepherd, a father who forgives rather than punish, a nursing mother, a servant, a gardener, a lamb, a wildly generous boss, a basin and towel, palm branch, a loaf of bread, a cup of wine, a mother hen, a cross. Some would say we need more aggressive, more appealing logos. Others of us see it differently. The mother hen, the cross, the table set before us this morning will do just fine. Let us pray. Love so amazing, so divine, demands my soul, my life, my all. Lord, may this Lenten season find us gathered together beneath your wings. We pray in Jesus, our mother hen. Amen and amen.